Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Born Free here, and I'm joined by Imstilldadaddy, which is like the best name ever. That is actually where I want to start. First of all, how are you doing?
Really good, really good. Enjoying it here.
When did you get here?
Yesterday about 1. So I was really jet lagged last night. We stayed up and played loads of games with Chris and Brent.
You were really jet lagged, but you just stayed. You just stayed up anyway.
Yeah, we played. I couldn't get sleep with them lot, so.
Okay, so you got some practice in.
Yeah, got a lot of practice.
When's your first pull?
6 o'clock, so I got quite lucky.
Okay, all right, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So it's currently Friday lunchtime-ish. I want to ask you. Let's start off with something easy. Where does the name Imstilldadaddy come from? What's the story?
It was like I got like 5 older brothers. One of my older brothers, it was his Xbox account. And I think when he sort of moved out, I sort of inherited it, and I was playing through that account. I did always want to change my name, but I sort of got known through it as the Guile player. When I went offline, it's just that's what people have known me from. But I've always wanted to sort of change it. That's why on my stream I've got like the general sort of thing. But yeah, it's actually my brother's name. Sort of inherited it.
So my question is, do you like it or not? Because I thought I heard you once say that you didn't, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had it as the name, but because it's got a uniqueness to it, everyone sort of knows it. Do you know where I'm coming from? If you type it in Google, that's what will come up. It's like you can't really. There's not 2 of them out there. So it's sort of worn on to me as well. So yeah.
Fair enough. And then of course there's ISDD, which I think is even cooler.
Yeah. I don't like that one. I don't like ISDD.
You don't like that one?
No.
Why don't you like that one?
I don't really want to say. It sounds a bit.
Okay, all right, we got you. So let's talk about your history in fighting games. I want to go back a little bit, right? Like, what was the first fighting game that you touched, and how was that experience, good or bad?
Street Fighter 2, Champion Edition. I think, or World Warrior, one of the other 2. I was thinking I was roughly about 6, 7. Christmas morning, my older brothers used to play it in their local arcade, really good at it, and taught me the characters. Taught me how to do Sonic Boom, hold back, forward and punch, and then as soon as I got that down, he told me how good the character was sort of on their little level, and I just never went back from there. I sort of used Guile as loyalty to my older brother. He told me that if you use him, he's like invincible in that game sort of thing. And as a young kid, I used to play all his older like friends, and I used to beat them. I used to actually put me in a little box and that in the arcade. So ever since I played it, I was like sort of addicted to it the first time I played it. Loved it ever since.
So you used to stand in the box in the arcade.
Yeah,
so you had like the family competition. That's what started to get you like quite good.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you had like a local scene.
No, we didn't really have. There was a local little indoor market where there was an arcade where people used to go and like play and like bet money and stuff. But we never really had a tournament scene. But as young, I always sort of thought, even then, that there was possibilities of it happening. It kind of ran my mind, but as the years have gone on, through like last 7 years where Street Fighter 4 come out, that's why I gradually went out, met people, local scene, started traveling around the world, and the game's got big every year, and I've never looked back.
What did you do to like? What do you think was the turning point? When was it when you said like I really want to be really good, and what did you do to make that happen?
Always, when I was a little kid, I always wanted to be the best Guile player. That's what I went out to do. That's why I've never really changed him. I've always wanted to do something with him, like be a world champion or something with Guile. So I've always used him sort of for loyalty, but I've always wanted to be the best at what I can do in the game because I was like. Studied on it a lot. Well, I was told about it a lot, and it's one of them things that you can keep getting better at, you know, even at the basic level. And I know I've just always wanted to improve and get better and get better.
So, who were you playing in Street Fighter 5 before Guile?
Laura.
You were playing Laura. So, was that happy times or unhappy times for you? Because it sounds like you've been talking about Guile in this way, which is like it's passed down from your brother. It means so much to you, all that sort of stuff. So like, were you just desperately waiting for Laura to pop up?
Yeah. No, Laura was a character that wasn't used that much. I didn't think she was that strong back then, because you know there's a lot of stuff out about her now. But I wanted to go for a character that not many people use. I always did Nakali's up there. That was a bad decision what I didn't do, use Nakali. And I just went with Laura because she's one of the characters not many people used, and I was always waiting for Guile to come out. I always knew he'd come out, and then when I got him, I never looked back really. Until Ed's come out, and I've been playing a lot of him.
All right, yeah, let's talk about that then. Let's talk about the new characters. So, like, of Season 2 so far, we've seen Akuma, we've seen Colleen, and we've seen Ed. Before we get onto Ed, because I know I've seen your Ed and it's sick. Before we get onto Ed, of those 3 characters, do you think they're all like viable characters? Do you think that all of those characters can win tournaments?
I think Akuma's top 5. I always put him in my top 5, even in the last one. Is a character that it will get better over time as the players get better with him. If you look what Snake Eyes is doing with him now, and Torpedo to a sense, Akuma is very strong. I find him a lot stronger in this game. That little health buff did him a lot. So yeah, Akuma's definitely a force to be reckoned with. You could easily put him in the top 5, at top level, definitely.
And that's interesting you say that, because like you're a Guile player. Like Guile, as far as like Taquido's concerned, Guile is like the hardest matchup for Akuma.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't agree with that. It can be a hard matchup if you play it kind of stupid. But Akuma's got loads of tools, like Tatsu on reaction through the booms. His EX fireball. But Guile can still dash underneath. It can be sort of hard for the Akuma, but once Akuma gets going, and certainly gets you in the corner or stuff, it can be over really quickly. You've got to be smart. But it's definitely can be hard for them. It's one of them matchups that it goes sort of either way, if that makes any sense.
Right.
But Tokido, I think Tokido, no disrespect, he wasn't that great on the Guile matchup anyway, if that made any sense. I remember he played Knuckle and did beat him a few times before, but he seemed to play it well, but I thought we might have struggled a lot of that. A lot of the Japanese says top character in the game in the last one, or second character. I don't think Guile's as great as people actually go out and say he is, you know? It's really good at a top level, but you don't see many people using him, and it's still really hard, like, because this game benefits attack, I think.
I mean, how did you, when you were transitioning from 4 to 5, were you frustrated with Guile initially? What adaptations did you have to make?
With Guile at first, I was kind of not going too great with him at first. I didn't like him to the other one. Didn't feel how he was. As I started to play with him, I started to realise things like he's charging his flash kicks quicker. And then when I realised that he could be one of the best in the game, like even at the beginning, because the way he plays, he's and the Sonic Boom is too slow. Do you know what I mean? V-reversal pushes him out. Sonic Boom, you can just keep doing them, and the pushback keeps pushing them back. These are things I never really wanted to say because I didn't really want them nerfed, but Guile's a really strong character in this. I think a lot of characters are super strong, like super buffed up from the old version, if that makes any sense.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Ed, because I've seen you on stream recently on Winner Stays On, right? And your Ed looks pretty sick. Tell me about Ed.
I really like the character. I had a little go with Colleen, but Ed, I don't know what it's the attack. I've always needed a secondary for Guile, right? Because I have a struggle with Dalsim sometimes. It can be really hard. Balrog, as you know, is my hardest matchup. Ed, when I used him, just by looking at his design, I realised that a lot of characters that Guile can't deal with, Ed can get right in their face, you know where I'm coming from. Stuff out the free frames, get him in the corner and get the job done. So, as I've been playing with him, he actually does deal with some of my hard matchups, like Dalsim and Balrog and a few others. So, but more I've played with him, I've really liked him, and he's so enjoyable to play.
What's his strengths and weaknesses? Because I saw people were listing, like, you know, this. A lot of people were saying, like, this character, the problem with this character is a lot of his combos whiff.
Yeah, he's got a lot of problems. He's got a lot of problems, like the stinger move doesn't come out fast enough. Some of the like jab to his free frame to his jab to his like air move, it sometimes whiffs. He has got a lot of faults with him, but apart from that, I do think he's a very strong character. But I think they will patch that and make him a little bit better as well.
So you think you'll use him in tournament?
Well, I was wanting to use him because that's what I've been using the most of, not Guile, but in my pool, it looks like Guile's the way to go, if that makes any sense. But there is one Mika player that I was playing last night with Ed. If it's on stream, I do want to use Ed because I've got some really dirty setups that one or two I've no one's seen, and I really want to like get it out there. So hyped to watch, you know. So if I can get to do it, I'll do it.
All right, that makes sense. Let's talk a little bit about your stream, because like your stream kind of blew up, I think. Well, what do you think it is about your stream that people love?
I didn't know how it would become because I only started to streaming a little bit at first. I didn't know how it would become. I think it's like the emotion I make. A lot of people want to see someone like salty lose or happy when they win, and I'm sort of people say I got a lot of charisma. I don't know what it is, but we have a community. It's like an army. We all stick together. It's like somewhere. I think it's more as it's a community, but I don't know why. Well, I know why people watch me. Sometimes I watch my stuff back and I can't stop laughing. Like, I know I do some crazy stuff, but it's just like more entertainment to being more real. I know sometimes I can be a bit over the top, and I do apologise and stuff like that, but it's just I don't know, it just turned into be what it is. And just never just carried on doing it.
What's the whole soldiers thing?
Because I'm the general, innit? Like, Guile. There's another way I changed my Imstilldadaddy name. It's just like, soldiers, people support me, they go up the ranks, and I've had people be supporting me for like 9 months now. I've had my partnership, and Brian F's one of my first subscribers. He's been with me for 9 months now, still a subscriber. I don't know, it's just people have been really loyal to see me compete, and I don't know, really grateful for it, all the people, how they are. So I'm not sure, it's just it's a family, isn't it? Like, people want to be part of something in life. If a lot of people, it's not the same, you know, I just want to, I lost my words here. People just want to be part of something, innit? So I make sure everyone's like welcome, stick together, and I go out and travel around the world, and yeah, so.
That makes sense. Now, you got sponsored by Infused, right? It was a little while back now, a few months, I think. Well, what does that mean to you? How does that help you? Like, tell me about that.
Oh, it's really great because a lot of people seem to get sponsored now. There's a G Infinity thing going around. I knew about this in January, a long time ago. I was the captain of our team. I was sent out to make a team for this G Infinity, and we did a little qualifier. And a lot of the teams have end up splitting up and going to other places. We got like Infections on one team and Hurricane. We got Pax and Luffy on one team. I'm with Afi and Shax. So, but it's a really good thing what they've started. I think it's going to be televised soon, but there's a lot of production gone into it, and we won our first game recently. We took it 3-1. It's a 3v3 tournament thing, but you only play one game though, best of 5. So you got to set up a strategy for who to play. We have a really good team, and my team's really hungry. Like one of the players, Shax, he's a young player, and it's good to give him the opportunity to get out there and stuff. So I'm really confident about his G-Infinity, but it's good for a lot of players. Now it's what's been done.
So tell me a little bit more. Like we're moving into like, I guess, the scene, right, in the UK or maybe even Europe. Like tell me about the scene at the moment. Like, is it the best it's been?
Oh, yeah,
are you producing the best competition? Like, what? Tell me about it.
The scene's definitely the best it's been now with things like G-Infinity. Like UK sponsoring wasn't big. It wasn't big. It was obviously a little bit big in France, but it's never been really big. I think Problem and Brian were the first people who sponsored a long time ago, and with things like this coming out the horizon, it's really good for a lot of people to come back up. Yeah, definitely. I've seen a few players I would have never seen before on other teams for the G-Infinity. So yeah, definitely it's the best year for gaming. We did an FDJ Masters League thing tournament. Me and Infections qualified for it. Luffy and Lincoln Zello, another player from France, a good Nukali player. Infections won 10,000 euros. I won 2,000. So there was a lot of money in the. I don't know where that come from, but a lot of the esports they were talking about it's coming more. It's just getting out there now, isn't it? It's a lot more than what it was. It's always been like sort of big in America. It's always been big in America, but not more so over our ways. If that makes any sense. I'm really good for it now.
All right, so let's talk about Street Fighter 5, the game. So we've seen like quite an interesting development from season 1 to season 2, season 2.5. Do you feel like you understand the direction of the game or what the developers have in mind and where they're going? And do you like it?
I do moan about it a lot. Sometimes free frames and light jab anti-airs. There's a lot of things I still don't agree with it. But as I played it constantly, I've gone back to the other Street Fighter. I can't play it no more. This is the future. Do you know where I'm coming from? It's like you just get in them. You get things done, sort of thing. It's kind of complicated, but I've really adapted to this game now. More so when Guile come out. Because when Guile come out, it was what I was always doing again, you know I'm coming from. Sonic booms, flash kick and anti-air in them. It never changed from any other version, if that made any sense. But when I was using Laura, it was kind of a bit of a more struggle. Now I've got Ed though, I can deal with the free frames and all the so-called garbage what I have a little bit of trouble with Guile. Sometimes I miss a meaty, especially online, and I won't get him or I get hit with a free frame. Ed can close that down a lot, and I've had a lot more fun playing him. Because a lot of people play a certain way in this game. It's very dynamic. A lot of people can play a load of different ways. They can do a jab, that time grab. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, with Ed, I've had to make people play differently. Like, I've got them in a throw loop in the corner. I've grabbed them 7 times or something, you know. And every time I play this guy with Guile, he uses Bullrog, and sometimes he beats me. And I'm like, he beats me, and all he's doing is pressing jab. But with Ed, I can close that option down now. So I have to make them play my sort of game. I know it sounds very weird, but I'm seeing a lot more light into the game now as I was with Guile, because like, I don't see Urians and Laura's like hard, right? Because I'm always drying them out. They got to play my game. But with Ed now, I'm seeing how strong they are when I'm playing them, being on top of them. If that makes any sense. So I'm seeing the game through a whole new eye now.
So do you think that the new characters are actually adding to the game's like attraction, or maybe depth?
Yeah, they're definitely changing it. With Cole Lynch, he's a lot different. Ed is just because he gets setups of everything. He can sort of, Cammy's sort of like that, you know. Cammy's a strong character. Go can and he can't when they do back rolls. It's kind of complicated sometimes. They can sneak one in there. With Ed, I can close that down, that option, really quickly.
Is Ed, all right, just tell me, is Ed like one of the top characters?
I believe he is. I believe he's got problems. I believe he is, yeah. If you get like one combo to one shimmy, like, you can end it. He's got really tricky. Yeah, definitely. But I wouldn't say top 5. I couldn't say that now because a lot of the top 5 characters are strong, and you could be one at 6th place we would put in there. But I'd definitely put him at the top half of strength. But I've only played with him for a few months, you know, and it will take at least a year or so, like with Akuma players, we'll get a benefit out of it. So.
What hopes do you have for the future of Street Fighter V? It can be anything. It could be gaming development, improvements, mechanics, things that you want to come back, or things you want added. I don't know, anything.
For this game?
For Street Fighter V, yeah. What are your hopes for the future? Like when they continue to develop it, are there things like within the game, around the game?
I would like them to do different feed triggers and different critical arts. Would be very interested. I've always wanted different feed triggers. That'd be very smart instead of. Gargle Fright Sonic Booms, and another time we'd be able to do something different. I mean, that'll bring a whole new element to the game, like they did with Street Fighter 4. Might help on a lot of matchups people struggle on, you know. So that'll be a very good mechanic to the game. Maybe definitely reduct the health, take the health away. Not too much damage. You'll be able to do this with taking out crush counters. If you take out the crush counters or take out the damage from it, that will make the game a lot better. I think crush counters are very powerful in this game, to a sense. They are very powerful. And like jab anti-airs, I would really want them to be really gone out of there. If that makes any sense. And maybe give everyone a free frame button, even if it's just one, just to check someone with. Like Guile's got a little kick. If he could do that, like Ed's got one. It's a little kick thing. At least give someone a little free frame just to check, if that makes any sense. And maybe take the priority off getting stuff on a jab to V-trigger to critical art. Maybe change the V-trigger as well on it. A few things.
All right, so let's do a little speculation here. There's a rumor going around the next 3 characters are Abigail, this Manat, who could be similar to Rose.
Okay.
Because supposedly Manat is Rose's apprentice. And Zeku, who could be similar to Guy because he's Guy's master. Do any of those characters excite you, interest you?
The last one, the Guy's master. I looked at a little picture of him. He looks quite cool. That character there definitely, and I'm all of them to be honest, and interested to see what the Rose character's like. The big dude. I think I'm definitely going to give everyone a try, like I've done with Ed, because I give Colin a little try and Ed, and I've really started to enjoy the game a lot more instead of using Guile repetitively. So I think I'm going to give everyone a little try. Give them a little, definitely a good Guile. I think they're going to be unique. If that makes any sense.
Okay. So I want to ask you. This is a traditional question of mine. Who is currently your favourite fighting game player?
Jen is. Yeah, Jen. Yeah, Jen definitely. He's always that.
Why?
I don't know. I always liked his play style. Him as a person. Comes into my stream a lot. I don't know. I've always liked him. With Gen, it was. He was giving us something that we didn't get to see. Do you know where I'm coming from? We didn't get to see Gen players. I knew he was a very strong character. I just like the energy around him. I don't know. It's just I've got a few top players I like. Tokido's one of them as well. But Jen's definitely my top player.
Fair enough. He seems to be everyone's favourite player. So I got another question actually. This is one of my newer questions. Is basically about pressure. So I guess, how do you deal with pressure, right? So you're at Evo, biggest tournament in the world, right? Pressure. Do you have any rituals, routines, techniques, like anything, or do you something to boost you, like your confidence? Like, what do you before a match or before the tournament?
This is my biggest demon in fighting games. Is nervousness, keeping cool. I always swear. This is my biggest demon. I've been played before, and sometimes I can't think when I'm playing, if that makes any sense. Over all the years I've been playing, I've never Like, I've got more experience as I played, but I always get nervous. Even the first game, even the second game, I always get nervous no matter what. My gut goes, anxiety, and I don't know, it's a weird thing about me. I think it's because I really want it, if that makes any sense. It's a real big passion. Sometimes when you don't really care about things, let's say you're playing a game, you wouldn't want to take these risks because you really want it. I think I'm a really passionate player, and sometimes it lets me down because I get far and then just need to get that one step a little bit further. It's really hard, it lets me down. My nerves always get the better of me to a extent. But I can get up there and once I'm there playing the screen, I can do it, but I can never play the game that I play at home.
It feels like sometimes you're in the zone, right? Like when you get in the zone.
When I'm in the zone, yeah. Sometimes I'm like a regional finals time, sometimes the tournaments when I'm in the zone, yeah. A lot of times when I've gone to losers, if I'm in the losers, that's when I start doing really good because sort of like a bit of weight's been pushed off me, I feel a bit more aggressive in my play. But yeah, sometimes when I'm in a zone, well hopefully I can be today, I'm on fire, I can be anyone.
I remember you played an amazing match. Oh damn, was it against MOV? There was
MOV,
the MOV. That was such an exciting match, like to watch in Street Fighter 5. And that I felt like you were really like in the zone. You were comfortable and in the zone.
Yeah, definitely. Like there was a few things I did. I had techniques for him. It did. It got more. The pressure started to go along when I played Bonchan, but that day I didn't feel anything. One of the Italian guys I see in a write-up there, he said he could see the passion and I see how good it was. I could see the passion in my eyes, and I don't know, but for that day, I was really in my sort of element that day, if that makes any sense.
So I guess my follow-up question to like feeling the nerves and all that sort of stuff, is there anything you're working on or thinking about working on? Like, are you thinking about like, maybe there's something I can do to like relieve those nerves? Like some people, I don't know, you probably don't do this, but like some people meditate. Some people have like good luck rituals. Like some people pump themselves up some people just sit down and do push-ups or whatever. Like.
I need to get one. I don't know. I do need to get one, but.
I'm just saying. Like maybe.
I think that if I could not care about it so much when I play, if that made any sense.
Yeah.
I could never do that though. If I could not care about it so much when I play, then I just go in and. I'm caring too much now about what I do and not taking risks when I do. And you take risks, you should have took them. Very complicated, but I do definitely need rituals because they work. Like meditating and stuff, like knuckle dudes, teabag people, they seem to work.
Yeah, that works. Well, we just spoke to a gawa in Japanese. They actually draw the kanji on their hand and then eat it, and apparently that's like eating the person, or it's so weird. It was really odd to me, but like that apparently just gives him confidence, like it's a mental thing. Let's talk very quickly, last few questions. I want to talk about general video games. Do you play other video games, like, for fun?
Fighting games, other fighting games. Normally
just other fighting games? You don't play other video games?
Well, my family comes from a very computer game background. I used to play a lot of RPGs when I was a kid, a lot of very technical ones. As I play Street Fighter now, I haven't got as much time as I used to have. There's a lot of times I want to play games, The games coming out, and I used to play even Skyrim, Fallouts. I played all the Fallouts, and just over the last more years when I've been playing games competitively, I've just played fighting games, especially when I've been streaming now. Well, I do want to go get back there, and I play a few games now and then when a few come out. I do really want to get there. I just never really been able to get around to it, if that makes any sense.
Well, let's talk about you just for a second. Go beyond Street Fighter. What do you do for fun outside of Street Fighter? Do you have other stuff going on?
Well, I used to play football professionally when I was younger. Not at the moment. Not really. I'm gaming.
You did? Who'd you play for?
Millwall, as a youngster.
Did you?
Yeah, Mick McCarthy was my manager. Matty Jarvis.
Really?
Yeah, Matty Jarvis used to play my dad's football team. I used to be big into football when I was younger, but sort of went other ways in life. And gaming and my girlfriend made me take up most of my time. My girlfriend do stuff, and gaming a lot. I play a lot of hours with the streaming. Keep them happy. A lot of people on my stream. A lot of people go for different bad things in life, different walks of life, and I got a lot of people telling me they suffer from depression, like a lot of illnesses, and my stream gives them a boost and makes them smile in the mornings when they get up, and it's something that motivates them and gets them through the day. And when people have said this to me, it's actually magical. I've had some really, really nice messages, and for doing that for people, it makes me happy to make other people happy. That makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah.
So let me ask. Damn it! I had a question that's kind of flown out of my mind. Oh, Injustice. So you're also doing Injustice, right? You're playing a bit of Injustice too. Who do you play? What's the deal with Injustice? You like it? What's your history with it? Tell me about Injustice.
Okay. I played that first one and Mortal Kombat. I used to play Mortal Kombat quite a lot. I like fighting games, all fighting games, so I'm going to give them a go. Injustice, I was using Ackman. I got it a week early just to sign up for the ESL Pro Tour. Confident I was gonna take it out of the game early and that. Still got my butt kicked. But yeah, I played the game for a lot. I liked it. It's not really got too much hype around it. That made sense. My streams couldn't be the same when I was playing it, but I really did enjoy the game. But every time I was playing the ESL Path of Pro, I come across a good player and I would lose. Then I was something with them NRS games, so I can get to a standard. I can't really excel around it. But I kept competing at it and play it for fun, so I wanted to give it a try here. Because it's offline, it's not online, it's totally different. I can do what I can do with my character, hopefully, enjoy it, have fun. More of a have a fun one, that game here.
It's more fun, all right. In regards to training, I just wanted to ask this is the question I forgot. Do you do most of your training for Street Fighter 5 on stream, or is there like, do you have a training schedule?
Yeah, I have a few hours, or every so often when my girl's around, I'll do it off stream, yeah. Off stream. I'll study things when I watch players, and I don't write anything down, I'm more memorize it, if that makes any sense. I don't do anything on stream. On stream, I'm more likely do stuff fake, so if they're watching it, they think, oh, he's going to do that, and I try and set out little traps or whatnot. And that's why I've been playing Ed a lot. I don't want to be playing Guile up to Evo, and I've been playing him on my own, but I try and do different stuff, and I try and keep stuff, a little secret stuff, offline, if that makes any sense. Yeah, because not everyone sort of watches me in it, and I always, like, because it's online, I say it more of just playing people and beating them, if that makes any sense, repetitively. It doesn't really mean anything from when you're playing a proper game, but it's all training up to it, if that makes any sense.
All right, so listen, we got to wrap this up,
Yeah,
man.
cool.
We've talked a lot. We talked a lot. I want to say thank you very much.
Very nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. I just had an era that I would like you, as I like, because you would like my tweets and stuff, and I don't know. It's really good to meet you. Really nice guy.
Yeah, I wanted to meet you, man, for sure. Unfortunately, like, I've been in the US. I just want to know for the UK people. Like, people always say to me, why don't you interview UK people? I live in New York. I've lived in New York for like 10 years.
Okay.
And so I'm more in tune with the scene here than I am back home, and that's why I loved having the conversation and getting up to speed.
Yeah.
Just getting up to speed during our interview, and hearing about you, which a lot of people probably already know. But wonderful interview, and I wish you luck today in your pools of Street Fighter and in Justice. Is there anything you want to say to your fans, followers?
Can I just give a shout out to all my soldiers, all the people who've been supporting me through my stream, all throughout the years. You make it possible. It's magical what you guys are to me. And that's it. Hopefully I can pull through today and bring you some entertainment and do the business. I'll see you guys when I get home. But thanks, all my soldiers, for soldiers at home. Salute!
Salute. All right, we're done.
Thank you, man.
All right, perfect.